welcome along to this Brighton press conference reaction. Maybe let's go with that. Let's go with that one. Brighton press conference reaction. How are we all? I hope we're all looking forward to a good weekend. Obviously, the Reds in action tomorrow, 3 p.m. kickoff. I love that. First comment I see is Sweet Caroline. I'm not going to belt it out now, mate, but I tell you what, we might have a little bash in it tomorrow, dude. We might have a little bash in it tomorrow. Now, I didn't realise that we had a stream scheduled earlier on for 5 o'clock today, so this is completely a blame Craig scenario. So I apologise that that was redone, because I forgot about it. I won't lie. I forgot about it. I didn't set an alarm, and yeah, I slept that late. Yeah, I did. Hey, what can you say? I slept that late, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I'm going to take you through the press conference today, what Jurgen Klopp had to say. We'll have a little look ahead to the game tomorrow, of course, against Brighton. I've done my starting 11 prediction as well already on a separate video, so if you haven't seen that, I'll go through it a bit later on. Jack Connolly said he's scared of Brighton. I'm not scared, mate, but I'm respectful. Definitely I'm respectful. You have to respect the way that Graham Potter has got these guys playing this season. I mean, they're up the top part of the table for a reason, because they're a good side playing football in a good way. Why is the title Klopp demands more? Good things come to those who wait, my friend. Good things come to those who wait. Don't you worry, I'll go through it all and we'll talk about it. Right, let's start this one then. Let's start straight out. We'll go straight into the press conference reaction. I'll go through what Jurgen Klopp had to say, and we'll go from there. So look, first thing he had to say was about the game tomorrow, and like you guys have said in the chat, Jurgen Klopp has come out and said tomorrow is one of the trickiest games in the Premier League because of the work Graham is doing at Brighton. So basically Jurgen Klopp reiterate what you guys in the chat have said and what I've been saying as well. It's going to be a difficult game tomorrow because Brighton are a good team, but it is at Anfield, and that being said, you would expect Liverpool to get the job done. We'll talk about the options available to Jurgen Klopp in a couple of minutes with regards to personnel, and we'll talk about who's ruled out and that, but I think it's a fair point by Jurgen Klopp. 2-3 years ago we'd look at this Brighton game and we think guaranteed 3 points. You know, with all due respect, we'd say guaranteed 3 points. Brighton will come, put up a bit of a fight, we'll outplay them, job's done. But to me, I can understand why Jurgen Klopp's being respectful, because he is one of the good young coaches in the game, Graham Potter. And you look at that Brighton team with Tariq Lamptey, Basuma, obviously a lot of experience there with Adam Lallana as well. They're a good side, and it's no accident that after 9-10 games of the Premier League season, they're up there at the top end of the table. And look, do I think they'll stay there throughout the season? No, I don't. I think eventually they'll fall away a little bit, but I think it's fair to say that that Klopp respects Graham Potter and the work that he's doing. Look, you'd have to, wouldn't you? He started out, I think, with Östersund, if my memory is right, that Swedish team. The first time I remember Graham Potter was when Arsene Wenger and Arsenal went and played. I think it was Arsene Wenger. Certainly Arsenal went and played in the Europa League. Maybe it was before Arsene Wenger or after Arsene Wenger, in fairness. My memory's not what it used to be. But yeah, for me, I remember that game. And yeah, what's this? Sounds fine. Yeah, it sounds working to me. Coming through at my end. I've got an audio meter, so yeah. Sound coming through at my end just fine, mate. I've got an audio meter in front of me, tells me if the sound's coming through or not. So yeah, on that one. Look, so yeah, what are we thinking about Graham Potter, ladies and gentlemen? Do we think that, and tomorrow, hello Est as well, nice to see you in, appreciate it. Sound is good, don't worry. Yeah, throw me out of my stride here, dudes, know what I mean? I'm getting up ahead of steam here, I'm getting into the rhythm, I'm getting into the flow, and then boom, put me off. Yeah, sound is good. There you go. Sound is always good. So what I mean, these silky, dulcet tones of mine are always good. Look, we'll move on to the next topic in the press conference today that Jurgen Klopp was talking about, and it's Thiago. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out when Thiago is going to be back. And like I said during the week, when I did my team prediction, I went without Thiago for good reason, and I'll explain why. So Klopp said Thiago did train for the first time yesterday, but that doesn't mean he's ready for a game. That's Jurgen Klopp's little take on the Thiago situation. I don't have Thiago on my predicted team. Let me again go through the predicted team for those that didn't see it. I've gone for Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back. For me, I've gone for Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate at centre back. Absolutely no issues if it's Joe Matip, by the way. I'm just doing a bit of guesswork because Konate wasn't involved during the week. Then after that, I've gone for Jordan Henderson, Curtis Jones and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in midfield with Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino and Mohamed Salah up top. That's my predicted lineup. So I'm not surprised that Jurgen Klopp has been a bit cautious around Thiago. I think maybe get Thiago a few more training sessions, have him ready for the game against Atletico Madrid at Anfield on Wednesday, and concentrate on that one. So for me, no surprise. I'm still getting used to him with hair. You know what I mean? I'm used to seeing him rocking the ball look, being part of the ball team, for want of a better phrase. But yeah, it's weird seeing Thiago back with hair, but he looks good. He looks good. It suits him. Don't worry, Bish. We'll go through all the news. I'll talk about Keita as well, my man. Nothing to worry about. Just bear with me. Bit by bit, we'll go through it all. And then we'll go into the chat and see how you guys are feeling. Next topic up is Naby. Look at that, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's almost as if I knew what was coming next, dude. So Naby Keita looks good. He was lucky, said Jurgen Klopp. I think he's ready. That being said, great news. Happy days. I hope that I'm wrong with my team selection, and I hope that Naby Keita is in there tomorrow. Naby Keita instead of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain would fill me full of a lot more confidence, I have to say. If we had Curtis Jones, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita in midfield tomorrow, I'd feel a lot more confident than I would be with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in there. I'm not going to lie to you, I would. So look, good news that Jurgen Klopp's letting us know that Keita's good. It looked a lot worse than I thought, how do I say this? I thought we were going to have a lot worse news this week after seeing him go off on a stretcher against Manchester United after that cowardly challenge by Paul Pogba. And look, I'm going to keep reiterating that it was a cowardly challenge. It was. I'm not going to change my mind on that. So yeah, great news that Naby Keita is back and available for selection tomorrow, because I feared the worst, ladies and gentlemen. I did. As Pep Linder said when he spoke about the tackle, it was very fortunate that it wasn't his standing leg that Paul Pogba hit, that it wasn't his weight-bearing leg. So, yeah, great news that Naby Keita is going to be available for the game tomorrow. Moving on, he's talking about Adam Lallana then. He said, if he was injured a bit less, he would have been on another level. He's one of the best players I've ever worked with. And I think, if my memory's right, this will be the 9th Premier League start in a row for Adam Lallana tomorrow with Brighton, which would be a change from when he was at Liverpool, to be fair. And I agree with Klopp there. It was only injuries that really held Lallana back at Liverpool, because there was a period there, I think maybe 16, 18, where Adam Lallana and Bobby Firmino were probably the two first players in Jurgen Klopp's team sheet. Certainly the players that were responsible for an awful lot of the good pressing that we were doing. So, yeah, just a shame. Just a shame about Lallana. But yeah, great to see him doing well at Brighton anyway. Great to see him back up with Brighton at the top of the table. And I'll always look back on Adam Lallana's time at Liverpool with nothing but fondness, I have to say. He's a professional guy through and through. He was very good. I know a lot of you guys probably know this, but he was excellent around charity work as well, and doing stuff outside of the four walls of Melwood. He was just a great ambassador for the football club. So great to see Adam Lallana doing well. Great to see him fit and available for tomorrow's game. Let's hope he doesn't come back to haunt us. But as I said, I'd echo what Jurgen Klopp said there. Great to see Lallana back and doing well. And then the last one I have for you guys before I go into the chat is speaking about the level that we have to perform to stay in the title race this season. Because look, right now it looks like it's Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City in the Premier League title race, with a group afterwards then with the best of the rest. That's my take on it anyway. So Klopp was speaking about how highly you have to perform, and he said you have to perform at an incredibly high level and be incredibly consistent to be at the top end of the Premier League. So I think that's all the ones. Oh, there's one more on Fabinho. Fabinho not available for tomorrow. He said Fabinho doesn't look that good, not too complicated, but likely to keep him out again. So again, to me, reading between the lines there, ladies and gentlemen, I would say that not just rule him out tomorrow, I would say probably rule him out of the game against Atletico Madrid as well. If Klopp's saying it's not too good, it's complicated, not too complicated, but likely to keep him out, I would say that would follow through, and he'd also be kept out of the game against Atletico on Wednesday. That's my take on it. So, and then Mohamed Salah, he said, we win 5-0 versus United, it all seems perfect, but it wasn't. We had to play better, and I told the boys this. He said, Jurgen Klopp speaking about Liverpool's absolute destruction, and I am saying destruction, of Manchester United at Old Trafford. And by the way, I forgot to mention this, 5-0. 5-0, just in case anybody wasn't sure. It hasn't been highlighted enough, I don't think, in the media, ladies and gentlemen. So just to reiterate, Manchester United, bagel, Liverpool, 5. 5 of the best, 5, high 5, whatever I want to say it. 5 for 5-5, 5-5. Oh, did I mention 5? 5. So then Klopp said, speaking about Ibrahim Konate, and this is, I think Konate starts tomorrow, by the way, 5. Just my own reading of the situation, I think Canade starts. I think the fact that Matip got 45 minutes in midweek, he could start, definitely. I mean, it could have been Klopp just giving him a few minutes because he didn't play, obviously, against Manchester United. But for me, I think we'll probably see Ibrahim Canade alongside Virgil van Dijk tomorrow. That's just my guess at it. But if it is Joel Matip, I'm absolutely... It was 5, Connor. Yeah, it was 5. 5, mate. It was 5. It was definitely 5. I know a lot of... There's a rumour going around that it was 4, but it was definitely 5. Now, don't mind these... Was it 6? No. Was it 3? No. It was... That many. It was definitely that many. It was 5, yes. Captain Salah was 5. It was definitely 5. And yeah, that's it. That's all we have with regards to the press conference today. Now I'll go over to you guys just to confirm. Sorry, I just want to get this straight because there seems to be a lot of confusion in the live chat right now. It was 5, ladies and gentlemen. It was 5. It was definitely 5. Just to cut out the confusion. Let me count them footballs there from Callum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good man, Callum. Definitely 5. It was definitely, yeah, no, it was. You're right. When you're right, you're right. You know, I often say to people, one of the great things about the Anfield Agenda live chat is they're educational. You know what I mean? You come in, you might not know. You might be in Timbuktu under a rock and said, Craig, I believe Liverpool were playing Manchester United last Sunday at 4:30. I didn't quite get the score, mate. I heard rumours that Liverpool just nudged a victory. What was it? And I would say to you, I don't know. Let me ask the Anfield Agenda live chat. And then I'd go, I believe it was 5. I believe it was 5. Yeah. You know, the general consensus among the academics of the world is that if you were to take Pythagoras' theorem, throw in pi, multiply it all together, divide it by Harry Maguire's price tag, add that into the amount of trophies that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won at Manchester United, divide that by the travelling cup, multiply that by the amount of Premier League and Champions League that Liverpool have won, and divide that by 67.4, you get what? 5. Do you? No, but 5. So, do you know what I mean? That's quick maths for everybody there. Yeah. Sorry. I can't help it. I'm still like a pig in shit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving it. Going around all night. In my sleep, waking up, going 5, 5, 9, 5. If Ollie used Manscaped, he would have had the balls to take Ronaldo off. There you go. He couldn't see the wood from the trees because he wasn't Manscaped. You know what I mean? We've sorted it. Me and Hellier have sorted this. It wasn't Hellier, it was Matthew, sorry. Craig, you've lost me. I'm not that good at math. I've completely fallen off here. What was the score again? Do you know? I'll make it easy for you, mate. Do you know what I mean? That many. 5. 5, yeah. Look, just to get a heads up about what's going to happen today as well. So obviously, we're going to have a little chat for a few minutes here. A bit of an informal afternoon chat. But I will be back tonight with Paddy Murphy and Chris Stonage as well. And we're going to be talking through the game tomorrow. We're going to be looking back over the League Cup a little bit. We'll talk transfers, of course. Chris from LFC Transfer Room. Can't get him on without talking transfers. What was it against Watford? Callum wants to know. Oh, God, Callum. Hang on, 1 sec, dude. Let me just get the calculator out. Seconds. Carry the 4. Divide that by Aubameyang. Multiply it by Wenger. Divided by Arteta's nostrils. 5. I can confirm it was 5, mate. Yeah, definitely 5. United got a big donut hole. Yeah, they did. Right, let me just get to you. What do you guys want to talk about for a few minutes anyway? Manscaped needs to bring out the 5.0 for Ollie. I love it, Captain Sal. Yeah, they've got the 4.0 out at the minute, you know what I mean? Look, a good bit of news as well is if you want more of this type of fun, light-hearted, taking the piss out of Manchester United 5-0 type of stuff, check out the Anfield Agenda TikTok. Just search Anfield Agenda on TikTok. We're absolutely flying on there, by the way. We've got I think in the last week we've had over 1 million views of our TikTok content. You know, if you take into account the Manchester United previews and stuff, over 1 million views of Anfield Agenda TikTok content in the last week. So yeah, get yourself onto TikTok, search Anfield Agenda, and again on Instagram, Anfield Agenda, on Twitter, Anfield Agenda. On here, you know where we are because you're here looking at us right now. Connor's put the link into the TikTok there as well. We can't have Paddy Murphy being ahead of me on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? Love Paddy. Friend of the show, one of the team. But I can't have anybody else from Ireland with Liverpool content being ahead of me on TikTok. That's not right, ladies and gentlemen. They don't just hand out lore titles. They do if you pay the right amount of money and all, but you know what I mean. Craig, for Halloween, wear an Arteta wig. I won't be actually live on Halloween. I want to put that out there because Halloween's obviously a time to spend with the kids and the family. So tomorrow we'll be doing loads of match day content, watch along, post match show, all that kind of stuff as well. And we will have a One Football news video out on Sunday, but I won't be live on Sunday because it's trick or treating time with the kids. Well, I say with the kids. My daughter's 17. She's not trick or treating, but my son definitely is. Ronaldo scored more in bed than on the pitch. I'm saying nothing. Do you know what? Mohamed Salah scored more at Old Trafford this season than the great Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe. So, you know, that feels like one of them moments where I just take a little sip of my drink. Oh God, coffee's good, isn't it? What was the score again? Well, they had that many, and we had two more than they have European Cups. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Sir Alex Ferguson sitting up in the stands there. I'm doing my Alex Ferguson impression now. Now I'm doing my Kenny Dalglish impression. Opinions of Swap, Nico and Lamptey. Look, if you're Tariq Lamptey, I love Tariq Lamptey, by the way. I think he's an excellent fullback. But if you're Tariq Lamptey and you leave Chelsea because you weren't getting a look in because of the fullbacks that they had coming through and you're a bit further in the pecking order, you're not going to look across at Liverpool and look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, Nico Williams, Kostas Tsimikas. Maybe Williams he'll think he can get in ahead of, but he's not going to get enough game time to really keep the momentum that he has built in his career. And look, Tariq Lamptey's been brilliant. He was out for a long time, obviously, with an injury. He's back now, but yeah, I don't think... I'd like Tariq Lamptey, but he's not going to want to come sit on the bench. I was thinking about transfers a lot yesterday. I mean, I was going through all the links last night because I had some spare time reading through them all, and I'm still baffled. I'm baffled as to what's going to happen this summer. I'm intrigued, very intrigued, but baffled. What's your score prediction? I joined the stream late. 3-0. 3-0. And that's not disrespectful to Brighton. I just think we're in a really good moment, to use one of Jurgen Klopp's phrases, and I think that I think we'll get the job done tomorrow. Maybe the 3-0 that I'm predicting is very optimistic, and Brighton are a damn good side, so I don't mean it to sound like I'm putting down Brighton, because I'm not. They're a really good team. I just don't know. If we show up, like against United, I don't think there's many people that can live with us at the minute, so yeah. I'm going for a 3-0. What about you guys? Give us some score predictions in the live chat. What about the draw for the Carabao Cup? That's taking place tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. Now, Declan, with all due respect, love you, dude, love everybody in the chat, but I am not getting out of bed at 10:30 for the draw for the Carabao Cup. For God nor man. Nobody is getting me out of bed at 10:30, dude, for that. Nobody. Now, Connor will probably be alive at that time of the day and he might post it, but Lords don't get up at 10 a.m, mate. Do you know what I mean? Right. Captain Sal's going for 5. Callum's going for 2-1 to Liverpool. I'm very good, thank you, Top Gear. 4-1 for Soldier. Bish said he wants at least 4. Jake's going 3-1. Leo James 905's going for another 5-0 romp. I love that, mate. Keegan is going for a 3-0. Rowan for a 4-1. Scotty for a 4-0. Another big 5-0 for a Joystock. Fraser's gone 5. 4-0 maybe for Keegan. I like this. 6-0 for John Moore. He's gone full on Jack Gill. Jack 6-0 Gill. It was great having Jack back on the other day for the watch along, and Jack he'll be doing 2 hours a week minimum with us now going forward. He'll be part of the show on Thursday nights with myself and James Redmond, and then Jack will be hosting another show as well. That's going to be fluid. It won't be a set day. It'll depend on the fixtures and stuff. But yeah, so Jack will be doing 2 hours a week with us. James will be here 2 hours a week. Paddy, Chris, Kyle. The team's just building out, and I love it. I'm so happy with the group we have now. Yasir's going 7-0. Wow. Sandra's going 6-0. Matthew 3-1. Quinch 5-1. Ryan 3-1. So everybody predicting a win. You know what I mean? I'm loving that. I'm all over that. Bernadette, how are you? Welcome in. Shalzia's gone 5-2. Tyra 4-2. Who else have we got in there? Callum 5-0. Henderson, Galbraith has gone 3-1. One other thing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, all you've got to do is click the join button, or if you don't see that, there is a link in the description. You can become a member that way as well. That will get you into our only Discord group, because I yesterday in the chat didn't realise that the guy that was asking about the Discord group was asking about the non-members one. We killed it off, and let me tell you why. Even though we had some moderators in there, the content that was being posted in the non-members Discord group, the one that was open to everybody, some of it was quite frankly disgusting and not something that I, or moderators, or any of the team at Anfield Agenda want to have associated with us, the football club, or our subscribers. So we took the decision to kill it off completely. So the only Anfield Agenda Discord group now is the membership Discord group, because it's the one we're very active in, it's the one where we can keep an eye on it, and it's the one that we interact in as well. You know, I'm always in there, so yeah, so that's why we got rid of it anyway. And there's a link to become a member. Mark has posted in if anybody wants to sign up. Right, Conte is a colossal. Conte, why are we talking about Conte? Who gives a fuck about Conte? And if that's Antonio Conte, you've spelled it wrong. It's Conte. Good decision, said Mick. Yeah, I just wasn't comfortable. You know, I had a chat with Dara about it as well. To be fair, Dara's our chief moderator. I had a chat with Dara about it. You know, got his feedback on it. And just decided it wasn't the right type of... It wasn't what we wanted our name to be associated with. And, you know, I know how hard Dara and the team of moderators work, both in the live chat and in the Discord groups, to make sure that everything is kept, you know, friendly and nice. And, yeah. So, yeah, shout out to Dara and the team. Thank you for that. And I think it was the right decision. The members Discord is class. It is. It's brilliant, Dylan. I love the members Discord. There's always somebody in there. And I'm a night owl, so I'm often popping in 2 or 3 a.m., you know, for a little chat and stuff like that. So, yeah. You're guessing he meant Canade. If you meant Canade, then you are right, sir. Canade is absolutely a colossus. Huge, big bulk of a fella. And, you know, great pace as well. There's not going to be too many that would bully Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. You know what I mean? But, yeah, he is a colossus, mate. You're right. He's a big dude. And to think he's only 22. Like, there would be an argument to say he hasn't fully filled out yet. As scary as that is. Your pizza looked class. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a pizza making machine at this point, Dylan. Yeah, I sent in a pizza. I made a homemade pizza last night into the Discord group. And I'm not going to lie. You know, just call me Papa John, because I'm fucking delivering. It was delicious. I absolutely wolfed that one down last night. I won't lie. Would I be mad if Matip and Canade started? No, not at all, Caden. I think whoever starts, Jurgen Klopp will be confident that they'll get the job done. And look, that's one of the beauties of having 4 or 5 good centre-backs, isn't it? Canade, Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez, Nat Phillips. I mean, look, if Matip and Canade started, no problem. Absolutely no problem about that whatsoever. Still probably one of the best centre-back pairings in the league if they started, so yeah. I'm not reading that out, Connor. That's too bold for me to say, dude. Imagine the centre-back duo, Canade and Comedio. Yeah, again, another possibility down the line, Quinch. Absolutely. Another possibility down the line. Again, 2 French centre-backs there. So, yeah, that could be the potential future of France's centre-backs. Captain Salty wants to see Canade and VVD. That's what I think we will see tomorrow, mate, to be honest with you. That's the centre-back pairing I think we'll see. But look, I'm saying this, and I will be the first one to say that I think Joe Matip has been our best defender this season so far. So it's not because I don't think Joe Matip deserves a starting place. He absolutely does. It's just, I think, long term, the gaffer probably sees, you know, Canade and Van Dijk as the centre-back pairing. Heller said, the Liverpool rule, when Fabinho plays, Matip plays. When Fabinho's not playing, Canade plays. I don't know if that's actually a rule, but if it is, sign me up. Sounds good. Can you see a potential signing of a certain Brazilian winger? So on Rafinha, there is some stories saying that not Vinicius Jr., Neymar Jr. has been trying to get Rafinha to maybe come to PSG. So if we park that to one side, so we'll park that off and we'll say, are Liverpool interested in Rafinha? Is there a potential for Rafinha to come to Liverpool? I would say certainly a potential. You know, Deco was speaking about this previously. Deco, obviously former Barcelona, former Chelsea, former Brazilian player, who is the representative of Rafinha, he's part of the George Mendes Guest a Few agency, who we have very good relations with. Fabinho, Jota, they came in via that agency. So is there a chance for us to sign Rafinha? Yes, there's a chance. Would it cost a significant amount of money? Probably. And I do think that there's a good chance that Rafinha leaves Leeds United and moves on at the end of this summer. Whether he goes to Liverpool or not, look, I genuinely don't know. I haven't got a clue. But we did hear from Deco to say that Liverpool have been one of the clubs expressing an interest in Rafinha. Now, there's a whole world of difference between expressing an interest and, going out there, signing a cheque and bringing the player in. So, for me, as I've always said, I think Doku is the most likely wide forward to come in. I wouldn't rule out looking at Pedro Neto. But another one to keep an eye on the situation is, of course, Yuri Tielemans, because to my knowledge, and if I'm wrong on this, I apologise, but to my knowledge, Tielemans hasn't yet signed that new contract at Leicester City. And while he hasn't signed that contract at Leicester City, to me, Yuri Tielemans is an option, because there's nobody, I don't think there's anybody at this point can have any doubts around his ability anymore, Yuri Tielemans. He's doing it week in and week out now in the Premier League. He was good in the Euros as well. He's good at international level. And I think he's going to want to be playing regular Champions League football. And I think a player of his calibre should be playing regular Champions League football. So he's not English, so we would have to pay somewhat of a Premier League proven tax if you wanted that. But I also think at the end of this season, if I'm not wrong, is it right to say he's only got 18 months left now? So one season to go at the end of this season? So I'd like Tielemans. He'd be a good option. Look, of course I want Bellingham. Bellingham's top priority. But if you're looking at the numbers thrown around at the minute, Bill reported that Dortmund are going to be looking for 120 million euro, which is about just over 100 million pound for Jude Bellingham. That's where the problem comes, in my opinion. Not with convincing Bellingham to come to Liverpool, not with convincing Jurgen Klopp that Bellingham would fit in. It's just purely a numbers game. And the only way I can see Bellingham happening is if we make some uncomfortable decisions around moving players on. So, yeah. But Tielemans is a good option. The longer he doesn't sign that contract, the more I think top clubs around Europe are going to be alerted to Yuri Tielemans and potentially, start inquiring a little bit more about the lad, because that contract offer with Leicester has been on the table since last summer. So for him not to have signed it yet, obviously it looks like he's unsure. So yeah, the contract situation with Tielemans definitely plays into the favour at this moment in time of a club looking to perhaps bring him in. Leicester, whilst not a selling club, will still try and get the best deal possible, of course. If they lose him, there's every chance he signs on at Leicester. But yeah, for me, if Leicester don't get Champions League football this season, I think that's it. Another good shout, and I just seen it mentioned in the chat there now from Quinch, is of course Ajax's Anthony. Somebody who I've only started to become aware of over the last few months, but somebody who other people have been talking about for at least a year or so. Very good player, starting to put up numbers again for Ajax, who seem to have a never-ending supply of quality players. Gravenberch I would rule out just because Mino Raiola is his agent, who's another one that has 18 months left on his contract. Bissouma we've spoken about loads of times. Heller, all summer I said Yves Bissouma would be an absolutely adequate Gini Wijnaldum replacement. I'd have no issues about Bissouma. Obviously there was a matter a few weeks back, I don't want to go into it, off-field stuff with Bissouma, that I'm not sure if that's resolved or not yet. So that has to be taken into account. But look, Bissouma's a fine footballer, no doubt about that. But Anthony, as people are pointing out in the chat, he does look like it. Anthony obviously being an attacking player, Bissouma would be more like for like Wijnaldum style midfielder. Never give up, that's what I said about Bissouma. There's something there that needs to be resolved first. I don't want to go into it, you can Google it for yourselves. Phillips, as in Calvin Phillips, the price tag looks to be set at around 60 million quid for Calvin Phillips, and again, I don't think Liverpool go out there and spend 60 million quid on a midfielder. I can't see it happening. There was also a story, and I just seen his name mentioned in the chat there now, there was a story about Paul Pogba doing the rounds, that Jurgen Klopp's interested in bringing Paul Pogba to Liverpool. Let me just say this very clearly. No, he isn't. There's no way. It's not happening. We don't want them. So we put that on the bed. No Paul Pogba to Liverpool. Whoever whatever they were inhaling, smoking, ingesting, drinking when they came up with that fucking fairy tale of a story, Paul Pogba is not coming to Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp does not want to sign Paul Pogba at Liverpool. And again, I'll point out his agent. It is Mina Raiola. And that's before we take into account the Paul Pogba circus that comes when you sign Paul Pogba. So, yeah, you can absolutely rule that one out. I wouldn't take him. Genuinely, I wouldn't take Pogba. Kessie, people are pointing out as well, of course, whose contract is up at AC Milan at the end of this season. Again, with Kessie, I'm on the fence. I have to say, with Frank Kessie, I'm on the fence. Sometimes I watch him, think he's brilliant. I can see what all the fuss is about. Other times I watch him and he looks petulant and he goes missing. So, again, it's all very well and good us talking about the calibre of footballers, but it's also important to know that Jurgen Klopp looks into the personality of these footballers. And if they're not the type of personality that he wants to have in that Liverpool dressing room, because don't forget, it's no accident that this group of players are battlers, they're fighters, they don't give up, that they're ruthless. That's part of what Klopp has honed. That's part of the personality type, the type of human being that Klopp has brought into that dressing room. So yeah, there's absolutely no chance on that one. Gio Reyna, Bish, is one that I know we were looking at least a year ago, maybe more. I would love Gio Reyna from Dortmund. I have to say, I know a lot of people are aware of how good Gio Reyna is, the potential that he has. We missed out on Christian Pulisic, who I thought would have been, nailed on transfer for Liverpool from every perspective with regards to playing ability, marketability, all that kind of stuff. And I think Gio Reyna is another good option. So yeah, why not Van de Beek? We don't really do business with United, Mario. It doesn't happen too often that the clubs do business between them. So yeah, I think Donny van de Beek's a fine midfielder. I'm baffled to what's going on there at United with regards to him. Whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer feels that the player was maybe forced down his throat a little bit and it was a club signing and not a manager signing, I don't know. Who do I feel VVD is the best defender in the world? Yes, overall, but I don't think at this moment in time VVD is the best defender in the world, and I think that's fair because he's coming back to he's coming back from a long time out, and it'll take him a while to get up to speed. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head off, but I will be back tonight, 8:45. Myself, Paddy Murphy and Chris Stonage will be live at 8:45 tonight with a late night agenda. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I do apologise that it was pushed back half an hour, but I completely forgot that we had something scheduled for 5 o'clock. That's on me. And I look forward to seeing you guys tonight where we'll have a good chat. Get your questions ready, because whatever you guys want to talk about tonight, I'll be whacking it at the lads and we'll be having a chat about it. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, have yourself a lovely weekend. I'll see you tomorrow as well for the watch along of the game from 2:20 tomorrow afternoon. So